There we go. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on your Friday evening. I really appreciate your time, and I hope today's session will be really informative to everybody. Thanks to everyone joining us on Zoom and for those watching the live stream as well, and even for those watching the recording after the fact. My name is Zander Botha. I am the owner of eTEFL Online in South Africa. I'm also an online English teacher and have been for the past 5.5 years. So I'm excited to share a bit more information with all of you. Um, I'm sure that all of you are joining today's session for various different reasons. And feel free to post those reasons in the chat box. You're welcome to do so. It will help me also understand the audience I'm speaking to. So whether you're watching the live stream or joining us on Zoom, tell us why you are interested in this topic, why you're interested in this as a potential career choice for you. So with that said, a couple of things that we want to address in today's session. First of all, is to go through some reasons why this is a great opportunity for South Africans specifically. Now, obviously, there are English teachers from all around the world, but I believe that for South Africans, we have a really unique opportunity to make a very good living from being online teachers. So that's the first thing we want to jump into in today's session. The second thing is to give you a bit of an idea as to how online English teaching works, who can become an online English teacher, how much you could potentially earn from teaching online, which is a big and important question for many people, and then finally, where to start. If you are ready to get going, whether you want to do this part-time or full-time, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get started. Now, let's jump straight into the reasons why I believe that this is a very good and unique opportunity specifically for us as South Africans. Now, the first and obvious reason is the fact that you will be earning your income in US dollar. Okay. And considering the exchange rate, you basically get a raise every year as the rand depreciates and the dollar gets stronger and stronger. In January of 2020, the US dollar to South African rand exchange rate was 13 rand 99 cents for 1 US dollar. Today, it is 16 rand and 30 cents per US dollar. So quite a significant increase in only 5 years. Okay. Now, what does this mean? Essentially, on paper, it means if you are earning 1,500 US dollars through online English teaching in 2020, that means your salary was around 20,000 Rand 985. In 2026, without increasing your earnings, still just earning $1,500 per month. Today, that equates to 24,450 Rand. So essentially, you got a 3,500 Rand increase without doing any more work whatsoever. So again, very good way, just in the sense that you will be earning in US dollars. The second reason is that South Africans can offer very competitive prices. Okay. Why is that? Now, the average salary in the USA, for example, in 2025 was five and a half, just over 5,500 US dollars. Okay. Which equates to just over 102,000 Rand per month in the USA. Now, the average salary in South Africa is about $1,534 a month, which equates to 28,220 Rand. Now, what does that mean? It means that as South Africans teaching online, we can offer lessons at more than half the price of US teachers and still earn a really, really good income, which means we're competitive in the market and we don't have to charge as much because our cost of living in South Africa is significantly lower. Reason number three, believe it or not, the South African accent is actually one of the most desirable accents especially for European students learning English. On the screen, you will see a screenshot of one of the major platforms for online English teachers. And if you look at the list of the most popular countries where teachers are from and that students prefer, you will see South Africa is at the top of the list. This is not a coincidence just on one platform, because on the second screenshot, you will see that we are also in the popular countries list. So again, our accents tend to be a lot more neutral when you compare it with the US accent and UK accent. I've had this conversation with many of my students as well, and they find the South African accent to be quite neutral. Reason number four, we have a very strong side hustle culture in South Africa. South Africa actually ranks in the top three countries where side hustles are most common. So we're used to having maybe a second, even a third job, part-time job, and this really makes for a very good opportunity, even if you just want to do this for an additional income as a side hustle. The flexibility in terms of time and income is incredible, making it really ideal for us as South Africans. The fifth and final reason is you control your own income. What does that mean? It means that you can build income security. It means that you can hedge or protect yourself against losing your job. It also means that you can generate an extra income, earn money while studying. We have quite a lot of students coming through our training who are still studying, working on their degrees, and they're using this as a way to earn an extra income while studying. And then finally, to supplement your pension. Now, something that has really surprised me, in fact, is over the past year, we have had many, many people who are just before retirement, in the process of retiring, or just after retirement that have gone through our training and, to my surprise, have been very, very successful as online English teaching, as online English teachers, rather. So maybe some of you listening or watching this recording, you are in retirement, you have time on your hands, you still have the capacity to work, and you'd like to earn an extra income. It has been done, and especially so in the last year, we've seen quite a lot of people being very successful as pensioners working in the online teaching space. Now, the next question I want to address is who can become an online English teacher? Now, the barrier to entry is very low. Okay, basically three requirements. Number one, you speak English fluently. Even if it's your second or third language, as long as you are comfortable using the English language, you can be an online English teacher. Secondly, if you enjoy working with people, because obviously, although it is online, you will be working with people every single day. And then finally, if you have a laptop, a computer, or a computer with a webcam and an internet connection, that's as simple as that. And I know for some people it might seem oversimplified, but that is the crux of what you need in order to become an online English teacher. Now, over the years, we have helped people from various different backgrounds get into the industry of online English teaching. We've seen people who want to do it full time or part time, people who were in the legal profession previously, nurses, teachers, real estate agents, financial professionals, salespeople, occupational therapists. We have literally seen it all. So if you are maybe sitting here today thinking you don't know if your background is in any way, shape, or form relevant to online teaching, believe me, it is. Okay, especially when working with adult students, you will find that people are in the kinds of job spaces you have experience in. And so, in addition to helping them improve their English, you also understand their background. I think it was about a month and a half ago, we had a pensioner who was uh, formerly his career was in the I believe it was the petroleum industry, petroleum engineering, something like that. And his first student that he got was actually someone currently working in that industry in South America. And so the benefit that a teacher like that could add to a student like that is immense. And so your background, chances are pretty good that you will find someone out there. In fact, several people who work in the same industry you have experience in, which allows you to have an added benefit and advantage as their online English teacher. Now, how teaching English online really works, okay? When we look at the kind of lessons you will be teaching, most of them, about 90% of them, will be one-on-one lessons, okay? And then also for some people, you might end up doing some small group lessons. Now, if I say small group, you're looking at anywhere from 3 to 6 people maximum. So it's not huge classrooms of students, mostly one-on-one and some small group lessons. And in these lessons, you will either do conversational lessons. A lot of students simply just want to have someone that they can have a conversation with and you correct them as they go along. Some people want to learn some grammar, and I know some people are sitting here today thinking, I have no idea how to teach grammar. Don't worry about that. That is something we provide you with and train you in our different course options. Then some people want to learn English for task related reasons. For example, they need to do presentations, meetings, or interviews, and they need you to help them to be better at those things. And then finally, exam preparation. People who need to take exams, English exams specifically, they will pay you to help them get a good score in these different exams. Um, Now, moving on to the next one, your classrooms. Okay, what will your classrooms be? Obviously, seeing as you won't be teaching physically in person, you will simply make use of online platforms such as private online classrooms, which schools and platforms often provide, Zoom, or Google Meet. So most of the platforms many of us have at least used once before, those are the same ones you will be using to teach lessons online. Okay. Now, with that said, a question I get a lot from people is regarding the teaching hours. Okay. Now, two things to keep in mind when asking this question is your biggest markets as an online English teacher for students will be the Asian and the European market. Now, talking about the European market first, for 6 months in the year, Europe has exactly the same time zone as South Africa. And for the other 6 months, they're just 1 hour behind us. Now, what the great thing for us as online teachers is that since COVID, many companies have allowed their employees to work from home at least a couple of days per week or even full weeks, which means, and the shift that we've seen is that a lot of these European students actually prefer doing or taking their online English lessons during their work day. So either at the start at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, at their lunchtime, 12 or 1 p.m., or just before they finish work, which means that you will be teaching these students between 8 and 5 South African time. When we talk about the Asian market, depending on the country in Asia, they are anywhere from 5 to 7 hours ahead of us, which means if a professional coming back from work who wants to take an online English lesson at 8 o'clock at night in Japan, that means it's 1 p.m. South African time. If a child wants to take a lesson at 5 p.m. in China, that means it's 11 a.m. South African time. So once again, even with the Asian time zones, it works really, really well. And you don't have to work ungodly hours, 2 a.m. in the morning or just before or after midnight. You can have a reasonable schedule as an online English teacher. Now, the next question is who will you be teaching? Okay, two different groups of students you will encounter as an online English teacher. First group is adults aged roughly from 20 to 65 years of age, wanting to improve their English for studies, work-related reasons, immigration, travel, or you will even find some students who simply enjoy learning English because it's a hobby of theirs. The second group of students you will encounter is children aged roughly 5 to 18 years of age. And for different reasons. Maybe they have English as a subject at school and they need you to get better grades and help them to get better grades. most of the time, these kids' parents sort of very gently force them to take online English lessons. And then, thirdly, immigration. You will find a lot of families move to English speaking countries and their kids need to adjust and adapt. They need to adjust and adapt. And so they'll pay you good money to help them be more comfortable in using the English language. Now, different platforms that you will be teaching on. So once you've gone through your qualification, your TEFL certificate, you will have a few different options in terms of where to find students. The one and most common one is first one and most common one is online schools or academies where you apply to the school. They invite you for an interview, do the interview, get a job offer. They already have their students and they simply pay you to teach their existing students. The second option is freelance platforms where you create a profile on a freelance platform. Students look at your profile, book a trial lesson with you, you do the trial lesson, and if they like you, they buy a subscription and they study with you on the regular. And then third and finally, private students. So you will find very quickly in your career as an online English teacher that some of the students you work with start getting a liking to you and they start referring friends and family members to learn with you as well. And you can take them on as private students that pay you personally and schedule their lessons with you privately, which means you can earn more money. No commissions are being paid to any school or platform. Now, probably one of the most important questions that I get from a lot of people is how much will you earn as an online English teacher? Now, that depends. If we first look at online schools or academies, your starting hourly rate for someone with zero experience is going to be about between $8 and $10 per hour. That means if you work 10 hours per week, okay, you will be earning 7,000 680 Rand per month. Working 20 hours, that becomes just over 15,000. Working 30 hours, that becomes just over 23,000 Rand. The median rate for teachers working on freelance platforms is $13 per hour, which means if you work $10 at that rate, it's going to be just shy of 10,000 Rand a month. 20 hours, just shy of 20,000 Rand a month. 30 hours, just shy of 30,000 Rand for that month. If we look at the freelance platform side, the average hourly rate for teachers on freelance platforms is about $17.50 per hour, which means if you work 10 hours per week, you're earning over 13,000 Rand a month. 20 hours per week, 26,000 Rand a month. Working 30 hours per week, over 40,000 Rand per month. So once again, even at a starting hourly rate, because we as South Africans can offer competitive prices compared to teachers in the UK and the US, we can still earn a very good income while charging a very good price for our students. The average earnings for South African teachers working online, and this was actually, I believe, 3 years ago, was between 17 and 32,000 Rand per month. That has increased over the past few years, and I won't be surprised if it's in the mid 20s to close to 40,000 Rand per month as online teachers. Now, to give you an idea, I want to show you a couple of pictures of lessons I've had in the past. This was a group lesson with students from all over the world, Asia, Europe, South America. And here we were talking about flexibility in your job. So just discussing a fun and engaging topic. Here I was working with one of my students from Brazil. She's a social media manager and she was working through one of her presentations that she uses for her new potential clients. Here was one of my students from Spain showing me a photo frame that he made of all the concert tickets of concerts that he has gone to, and then finally here a student from Germany introducing her four-legged friend to me in one of our lessons. Now, a few of our teachers that have gone through our training, here you can see some of their profiles. Angus has done our training. 12 active students only on this one platform. Most teachers work on more than one platform, and he has done close to 3,000 lessons, charging $15 for a 50-minute lesson. Desi, 23 active students, 4,500 lessons, charging $20 per hour. Deline, 2 active students, taught almost 1,000 lessons, charging $16 per 50-minute lesson. Quibus, 20 active students, taught over 3,000 lessons, charging $13 for a 50-minute lesson. The net, 28 active students, 1,700 lessons, $12 for a 50-minute lesson. Uh, Gabby, 20 active students, 2,700 lessons, charging $16 for a 50-minute lesson. And then finally, Philip, he actually completed our training about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and he already has 10 students charging $10 per 50-minute lesson, and he has already completed 164 lessons, and he has only recently completed his training with us. Now, I want to maybe pause at this point and just let you know we will have a Q&A session or section rather at the end. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask about anything TEFL related, anything I've said, maybe something I haven't touched on yet, feel free at any point to put your questions in the chat box. We'll have a moment at the end where we're going to go through all of the questions and address each one of them. So where to start? If you're at the point in your life where you want to either make a career change, quit your job, maybe earn an extra income, or earn an income while you're studying, or if you're retired, where do you start? Step number one is to do your TEFL qualification. This is the international minimum requirement for anyone who wants to get into the world of online ESL teaching. Okay. And that's a certificate that we have, that we offer, that is fully accredited all over the world. Number two is join our mentorship program. Okay. This is a program where we help you within 3 weeks to bridge the gap between being a qualified teacher with a TEFL certificate and to actually start earning money. We want to make that process as easy, as smooth, and as quick as possible to make sure you start earning money as soon as possible. And in that program, we help you set up your resume, your introduction video. We do interview preparation with you, and we help you with applications to schools and freelance platforms. Once that's done, you start applying for jobs and you start teaching. Now, for the TEFL certification courses, we take you through everything you need to get started as an online English teacher. We assume that most people, and this is in fact true, that do our courses come from unrelated backgrounds. They don't come from teaching or training. So we provide you with everything you need in order to be successful in this industry. We show you how to teach a new language, how to teach grammar, speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Sorry about that. Let me just go back. How to create lesson plans and how to test and evaluate your students' progress. So don't be worried about what you will teach in your lessons, how to make sure a student is actually making progress. We teach you all of that in our TEFL courses. Now, speaking about the TEFL courses, here are the different courses that we have on offer. Okay, we have 3 different options essentially. The first one is the standard 120-hour teacher training course. This course is ideal for people who come from a background of teaching, where you already have years of experience in teaching, and that's the most basic package with your TEFL certificate included and a self-study version of our mentorship program. Our second option is our professional 120-hour course, which includes your TEFL certificate and a live guided version of our career mentorship program, where our mentors sit with you on Zoom meetings, looking at your background, looking at your CV, and giving you personalized feedback on all of that. So someone is coming alongside you, taking your hand, and walking with you all the way. Our final option, which is our premium option, is our advanced 270-hour course package, which includes your TEFL certificate, the live guided version of the mentorship program. It also includes a 30-hour practicum training where you will get the opportunity to teach real life students based in Europe and Asia. These students know that you are a teacher in training. They don't pay for the lessons. So it's a very safe environment for you to gain some valuable experience before you start teaching students for payment. This is also an excellent thing that you can put on your CV as actual demonstrable teaching experience. Finally, what we have included in this package is 3 specialist courses that will enable you to specialize in certain things within online English teaching, such as teaching business English or teaching exam preparation. This will help you to be able to charge more dollars per hour in order to maximize your income. So if you are brand new in the industry, you haven't taken the first step, you would need to look at one of these 3 options. And you're more than welcome to, after our session, to reach out to me to help you decide which one fits you the best. Okay. Now, for those people who have already done their TEFL certificates, but you are having a hard time finding a job, okay, these programs are for you. Okay. I'm not going to recommend this one for anyone struggling to find a job. What I will recommend is one of the following programs: the Professional Career Mentorship Program, which includes the live and guided version of our mentorship program, where we will help you and take you through everything you need in order to start teaching. Okay. And then we also include one specialist course that you can choose from, whether you want to specialize in exam preparation or business English. Finally, we have our advanced career mentorship program, which includes the live guided version of our mentorship program. It also includes the 30-hour practical training where you will be teaching real students, and it also includes all 3 of our exam specialist or our specialist courses that you will need if you want to specialize and charge more per hour. So for those people watching that already have their TEFL certificates, but you need help finding a job or you need help earning more money, one of these programs might be a good fit for you. Okay. Once again, a quick reminder, we're coming to the end of our session. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat for our Q&A session at the end. Now, one thing that we at eTEFL Online pride ourselves in is that we offer lifetime support. So many other companies will help you get through your TEFL certificate, send you the TEFL certificate, and wish you well on your way. Okay, we don't do that. For us, the biggest moment of success is not getting your TEFL certificate, not completing the mentorship program, not completing the practicum. It's the moment you start earning money as an online teacher. And so we take you through all the way to the point where you start earning money as an online teacher and then even beyond that. So your access to me, your access to us never expires. You're always welcome to reach out. We often provide you with the necessary support that you need to be a successful online teacher. Now, for those people that joined us in tonight's session, and for those people watching the recording, we have 2 promotions on offer. The first one for everyone is that if you register for any of our programs before the 31st of August, um, obviously of 2026, you will get 10% discount by using the promo code promo26. Okay, so you're welcome to take a screenshot of this so that you remember what the promo code is that you need to use. But for everyone watching, you get 10% off if you register for any of our courses in the month of August. Now, the next promotion is a promotion we have never done before. Okay, this is the first time we've ever done such a huge promotion as the following one. Okay, for the first 2 people who sign up for our professional program, okay, you will be upgraded to the advanced option for free, which means you pay 4,500 Rand minus the discount, the 10%, which brings you to about 4,050 Rand. Now, for 4,050 Rand, you get the course that is priced at 5,750. So for only the first two people, okay? This is not for everyone, only the first two people to enroll in our professional TEFL program, you will be upgraded to the advanced option for free. And remember, what we added to our advanced course option is the 30-hour practical teaching training and all three of our specialist courses that will enable you to earn more money and to charge more money per hour. That's only for the first two people that sign up for the professional program. So if you want to know if there's still spots available, send me a message or an email afterwards, and I'll let you know if you are in time, and I will tell you exactly how to enroll and get the free upgrade to the advanced option. All right. So with that said, I'm going to quickly put my contact details on the screen. Okay. If you want to reach out after today's session, if you have any questions, any concerns, or you just want me to chat you through the process, you're still a bit unsure, or you need help choosing the correct course option for you, you're welcome to contact me via email, zander@eteflonline.com, or you can send me a WhatsApp or give me a phone call on 063 229 1137 if you'd like to have a chat. Or if you'd like to book a call with me to discuss this on a Zoom meeting like this, you can scan this QR code, take a screenshot, scan it, and book a free call with me if you'd like. Okay. Now, with that said, I'm going to open up some time for questions. Okay. Anyone that have any questions that you are unsure about, now's your time. Feel free to post them in the chat. I see we have a question here from Palesa saying, I completed my 150-hour advanced TEFL course a year ago, and I've been struggling to find my feet in online English teaching. Okay, now two things here, Palesa. If you can maybe just let me know who you did your TEFL course with, um, and also if you have applied for any jobs or exactly what you mean by you haven't found your feet. So that would help me. At face value, I'm going to tell you probably it's the best to enroll in our mentorship program, which is focused on helping you find employment as soon as possible. Okay, any other questions? You're also welcome to unmute yourself if you prefer asking the question instead of typing it. Gonna give it maybe a few more seconds and then we'll wrap it up if there are any other questions. Just for the time being, I'm going to just put my contact details on the screen again. If you missed it, I'll keep it up on there. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So then with that said, again, if you have any questions that maybe you didn't want to ask on here, or you'd like me to sort of take a bit more of a personal look at your situation and guide you a bit more specifically, feel free to reach out to me either via email, phone call, or WhatsApp, and I'd be happy to assist you with that. So, folks, with that said, I appreciate you offering up 40 minutes of your Friday evening. I wish you all a good weekend, and